Moving on to filling missing values with the fillna method. We've seen this with a series. We're now going to look at it on the data frame. So this allows us to fill in missing values like just with a constant, with the previous value or the next value. Let's go ahead and look at our data frame over here. So we see some missing values. We'll start with a constant. And for this one, I'm just going to use a string. So we're going to make them all filled, even though this doesn't really make any sense, just to show you what happens here. And you can see here that every missing value will be filled with the string filled. So not very appropriate, right, for using for all these different columns on, there's very different columns, right? So we're just saying filled, doesn't really make any sense, but just to show you, you can fill in every value with a constant like that. Now, instead of using a constant, what you can do is you can actually use a dictionary. So this is a common thing with Pandas data frame methods, is that use a dictionary to specify as a column, and what you want to do with that column is the value in that dictionary. So here we're going to say, let's say we want to fill in the year and with just a specific year. So all the year columns will be filled with 2009. And here all the color, all the missing values in the color column will be filled with the string color. And the duration column, maybe we'll make 199 like this. So pretty interesting. And then any columns that do not have, are not over here will just remain missing, right? So let's go ahead and run this. You can see here this missing value is now 2009. Here we have color. Here we have 199. These missing values were not, these columns were not in this dictionary, so they are not filled. So pretty cool. You can specify specific missing values for specific columns. All right, let's move down here. And let's say we want to fill in all of our missing values with the mean or median of that column. Now, so the first thing we're going to do is take the mean. And what we have to realize here is that this is only going to work for numeric columns. So we need to use this numeric only equals true like this. And we'll assign this to a variable called movie mean. And now what we'll do is we'll say fillna, and we'll pass in this series. So let me output the series so we can still see it on the screen. I'm going to pass in the series to fillna. This is going to be the first argument over here, right? This value argument. And now what's going to happen is that for the year column, it will put in the mean, which I guess doesn't really make sense for a year to have a mean like this. So maybe let's go ahead and change this to median like this. It'll give us some whole numbers too. All right, let's do that instead. So now we're filling in with the mean. Color is a string, so it does not, this is not filled over here because you don't have a median of a color. Same thing for content rating. So series and dictionaries are actually pretty similar. I haven't mentioned this before. You can think of this as the key, this as the value. You can actually convert a series to a dictionary. So you can say to dict, and it will convert it to a dictionary. So series are actually pretty similar to dictionaries like that. And so you can pass them in over here to specify a specific filling based on, some other series of data. It doesn't have to be a aggregation. It could have been gotten from something else. But this is a somewhat common way of filling in missing values for specific columns. All right, let's move on to show how you can fill in missing values with the preceding or following. So here's a dummy data set, just a 5 rows, 3 columns. So take a look over here. This is just to show you how this works. So fillna, and we've seen this with the series. You can either backward fill or forward fill. So we can set method to ffill, the string forward fill. So this will fill going forward. And you can see here that I'll just keep going. So these two will be Monday. This one will be Nan. For orders, the first one will remain missing for forward fill because it does not exist. You can, of course, change this to bfill. It's the other option. You do a backward fill, so going backwards. So all of these will be Tuesday. This one will remain missing, and so forth. These will all be missing because there's no next value over here for the sales column. All right, so a lot of options with fillna for filling with a constant, using a dictionary or a series to fill specific columns with constants, or to move forward to forward fill or bfill with the method parameter.